Hello everybody, welcome back, I'm MrRedClaw. Welcome back to some more World of Tanks. But before we get into it, reminder, head down below, like and subscribe. It does help out a lot. So let's get right into it. Of course, the WZ-114, the new Tier 9 Chinese premium heavy tank, has been out for just over a week now, I'm pretty sure. Or actually, I'm pretty sure it has been a week just today. And this is the most damage that anyone has done in this tank that has been uploaded to whatreplays.eu. We are watching a Neo, I'm just going to call him Neo over here, in the WZ, playing with his teammate in the M2 over here, Darkring, I'm pretty sure. So, what's so good about this tank? Well, not the DPM, but the gun in general is quite good. With the kind of equipment and crew skill I think that Neo has over here, as he puts in a good shot into the STB-1 over there. I'm not really sure what the 60 TP is doing, kind of pushing him over there. With the equipment I think Neo has over here, of course, using the food consumable, just over 2000 DPM. Of course, the damage being the main highlight of this gun, and the penetration, 530 damage, 266mm of penetration with standard rounds, 311 with the heat rounds as Neo takes out the T54 lightweight over there. Really good shot, 2 shots and already above 1000 damage. Really like when that happens. The dispersion of this tank is actually quite good too for a Chinese tank, 0.29, which is just amazing, but the aim time is 3.41 seconds, so really bad. The dispersion values are also really bad. You should probably use a vertical stabilizers on this tank to even make it like remotely playable, which I think Neo has over here, but yet again, I'm not really sure. Shell velocity on the AP rounds, 1271, again really good. 140mm of frontal hull armor, 60 on the side, 300mm on the front of the turret, 175 on the side. Now, again, a big thing about this is the hit points, 2400 base, and you can get that around to 2600. That is basically more than most tier 10 tanks have, and this is a tier 9. You have double of what some tier 8s have, which is just absolutely insane. And around 4,425 meters view range with food, with brothers in arms, and with vents. That's without recon and all of that stuff, so you can get that up even further, even without using binoculars, or as Neo, is he going to be able to put in a good shot into their STB-1? Is that the same one from before? I know it's not, it's a different one, but they are not in the same platoon. But yes, even without using binoculars, you can still get quite decent view range for a heavy tank, especially a Chinese one. They're normally not really that good, as Neo is on 1 kill, 1500 damage, 250 spotting, but who is really counting? The teams are equal on kills, 2-2. Neo's team is up on 600 hit points, so it can basically go down to any team yet. Even though we are still already nearly 5 minutes into this game, it's still even on both sides, with Neo's team kind of mostly controlling the north more than the enemy team, and they're kind of losing out on the south slowly but surely over here, as the E50 over there in that good spot in the southern part of the map. You can definitely do some good stuff from there if you have a good turret. And the E50, it's quite good, but Neo has loaded the heat rounds over there, as he should, to be honest, to be able to get past through this E50's turret. 311mm of penetration, of heat penetration. That is just going to go through just the front of the E50's turret most of the time, if not even just all of the time. Of course, it being mostly flat, and of course heat rounds doing better in towards the front and just flat parts of armor. That's what I want to say. As Neo is looking at shooting the Sudas over here, but he probably isn't going to be able to go forwards over here, as the E50 actually is moving towards the southern part of the map even. But you can't really go anywhere over there. You can kind of spot someone if they're right towards the shoreline, but you're just going to kind of get stuck over there, not really do too much. Now Neo isn't really doing too much right now. He could be up fighting the heavy tanks, but he is locking down the E50, and as he should, because if the E50 goes after the UNAS-1516 on his team, as Neo puts in a good shot towards the E50, and the UNAS-1516 on his team takes out the UNAS-1516 on the enemy team. Now, as I said, he could have been going after the heavy tanks, helping the 60 TP, but without him, maybe this E50 and the UNAS could have gotten through and killed the UNAS on his team and gone after the artillery and all of that. So out of all of that, the couple minutes that he spent there, he only put in one shot, but I think that it was worth the time to stay there and actually defend the base. And now he can go after the heavy tanks over here, as the 60 TP is actually still on most of his hit points, so he definitely must have been bouncing quite a lot, and yeah, doing quite good over there. Now, talking about bouncing and all of that, this tank, as we saw in the position that Neo was in earlier, now normally Chinese heavy tanks, and basically all Chinese tanks, have about 3 to 5 degrees of gun depression. This has 10. This is probably one of the it is probably the best Chinese hull down tank out of all of them. You can just go down, hull down, basically everywhere. 10 degrees, that is basically what every single tank has. Every single decent tank, well, that's where you basically kind of go hull down in basically every part of the map. That's what I want to say. It's really good. You know, 8 is already decent, but when you get 10, that was already just that step up. As Neo actually rolls high over on the standard B, 624. So that is really good. You can really go roll quite high in this tank. What could it be? 25% of 530. You can roll close to 700. I'm not really sure. Quite 700. I really can't think off the top of my head over there, as he bounces the Concept 1B and puts in a good shot towards the Concept 1B. I guess the high 600s, maybe just about 700 you could roll with this tank, which is really good, really good. Talking about this tank, I'm actually doing the mission marathon, trying to do it all for free, which I have done the last couple of times. I'm really sad that I didn't get like the SU-130 PM and the Carnarvon AX and all of that, because I've kind of started doing that after that. I'm pretty sure the first one I did was for the EBR-75, which I did about 70% of, and then bought the rest. But for this, I think I've got 7,000 experience left on stage 8. Then I want to do stage 9 today when you're watching this on Friday. Stage 9, most of it, and then finish it off on the weekend, and I should be able to complete it easily on Sunday afternoon or something like that, without too much pressure on me. I have sometimes messed up and just not done enough throughout the week, and then just given myself just the impossible to do over the weekend, just having to do just tens of thousands of experience. But I still have tens of thousands of experience, about 90,000, but if I do enough on Friday over here, if I do 30,000 on the ninth kind of level, then it should be quite good, I think. I have confidence in myself that I'm going to be able to do it, because I've been in worse situations at this stage of the marathon, and I've actually been able to get through it, so I should be able to get through it this time as well. As Neo is still at 1 kill, but 3,200 damage, as he took a shell from the artillery. Now, quite good armor, but for what I've seen, it doesn't take artillery hits too well. I'm not really sure why that is, but 350 damage from an artillery piece, that is actually quite a lot, to be honest, nowadays, after all of the high explosive and arty changes that have come and gone through the last couple of years. As Neo is going after the standard B, he bounces the first shell, but he actually takes the second shell and actually gets ammo racked over there, so he quickly repairs that and takes another shell from the artillery piece over there. The 121A, quite a good arty over there. I've actually got her as well, but I haven't really played. I've probably played arty about 5 times, if even less, since the high explosive changes, because arty was already in a bad place before. Now it's just in a really bad place. As yeah, Neo over here is going after the Concept 1B and the Progetto 65 as he gets shot by the Object 263. Luckily, it looks like he is using the stock gun over there, so he could have taken more damage than he did. Now, of course, damage, loads of hit points, as we can see. I mean, compared to that E50, of course, that's a medium tank, but just, what, 800 more than him? Absolutely insane. Just, this tank just has so much armor and hit points. Combine that together, it might have only 2000 DPM, but if you play well and get those hit points up, which I think you should do, this tank is just, it has more hit points than some tier 10 heavy tanks. That is just all you need to know. It just is a really good tank. Mobility wise, let's have a look. 33 forwards, 10 backwards, 850 horsepower, 12 horsepower per ton. Not the worst, you know, it's not nothing groundbreaking. It's not like a Concept 1B or something like that, which is actually fast and you can actually feel like you are a medium tank going places. So I'm not really sure. Maybe I'm actually going to put a what do you call it, a turbo on this tank once I get it. I'm not really sure what else though. Definitely a gun rammer vents and a turbo, maybe gun rammer vert stabs and a turbo. I'm really not sure, but I'm really excited to get this tank soon. As Neo over here, they've only got a couple minutes left over here, so they do need to hurry up, as they still do have 3 tanks and 3000 hit points to take down. As Neo is going flanking this Concept 1B, is he going to be able to find a shot into the rear side of that tank? He goes a little bit too far, but is he going to be able to go? As you can see, the aiming time was just, you just aim for what feels like ages, and it is ages. But once you aim in, 0.29 accuracy with this kind of setup is just, again, nothing like we've seen before on most Chinese tanks. It's just, you know, quite different from what we've seen. And of course, being a premium tank, you get more credits. Of course, you need to kind of spend more credits on ammo, repairs and all of that stuff, but it is a premium tank. You do earn those couple extra credits, and of course you can earn bonds in this as well, which is probably one of the selling points of the tier 9 premium tanks. Of course, the STR-VK, which I personally don't like, as it just has not enough hull armor, but this definitely looks quite good. Let's look at the post-game stats and let's see how well Neo did in this game on Airfield. So of course a victory and only a first class mastery badge, but it was probably quite hard to get it, as everyone who has bought it and everyone who has grinded to get it has got this tank now, and there's probably quite a lot of people playing this at the moment. Confederate medal and the high caliber for 5,939 damage. As I said, the most uploaded to whatreplays.eu at the moment. 2 kills, 1,335 base experience. Neo, of course, this being a premium tank and Neo using premium, 131,000 credits profit for a tier 9 heavy, even after using food, consumables and firing a couple of heat rounds. That is just absolutely insane. As I said, I really can't wait to get this tank. and have a go playing it. I'm going to need to use some crew books to actually get a good crew on it, because I don't really have any of the Chinese tanks. Actually, I do have the 112, which if the crew fits from that to this, then that is going to be quite fun. But for now, that is going to be it. So I hope you guys enjoyed. Like, share, subscribe. See you guys next time. Bye bye.